Hey everyone, One Big Boss here. As you can tell from the title of the video that you clicked on, we're talking about Hideo Kojima and the fact that he has finally left Konami. Technically, he left 10 days ago on October 9th. His contract with them, his business with them, he finally left the Japanese office, and now he's able to move on to bigger and better things. I'll include the article down below on what exactly happened, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what was pretty much said and everything and how it all turned out. There was a going away event, for Kojima, because this man has worked for the company since 1986. That's almost 30 years of his life he devoted to this company and made them tons and tons of money, and that's amazing. The CEO and the president did not show up. Talk about trying to be the bigger man here. I don't know. I see it like, despite your hardships and your anger towards the Hideo Kojima, and maybe he had the same thing, you couldn't have made an appearance, wished him well, even told a lie, and just made yourself look better, It's so stupid, like, how babyish this company is. Like, they're acting like schoolyard children. I get that Hideo Kojima did not have the best business sense, and he always asked for a lot of money for the projects that he was working on, but technically, he was pretty much forced to work on those projects, because Konami was like, we need you to do this, we need you to do that, we need to do that, and it's like, well, I need money to do this, and he always made the money back. If you look at the sales from day one, the sales of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, it beat out Jurassic World, and it also beat out Avengers Age of Ultron, two biggest grossing movies. Granted, this game isn't a movie and everything like that, but that tells you something. Kojima knows what he's doing. If he says he's going to make something for you that's going to be worth it, you should, trust that he knows what he's going to do. The article goes on to talk about how the company still will make console games, but they're not going to, really be focused on them, which means they're going to be probably pretty shitty games. But they're also going to obviously go to their whole stupid mobile idea. Mobile has been proven that, you don't need these big budget blockbusters and everything like that to have good, fun games. I don't know about fun or even good, but, fuck. Mobile gaming to me is stupid. If I want to play a game, everything like that, I'll emulate something onto my phone from like Nintendo or Super Nintendo or, something like that. Like mobile gaming, the way a lot of Japanese companies look at it now is they look at it as a quick cash-in. Mobile gaming is the future, is what they all keep saying, and it just is another word for them being greedy and getting the money that they want. Now, I understand you're a company, you deserve the money that, you should get for what you produce, but not every game has to be a big budget blockbuster, something like on like a level of Metal Gear Solid 5, which I think was running like $80 million to make or something like that. But they kept going on and saying that, pretty much that they don't need special developers or talented developers to make these crappy little phone games that you're going to pay money for. And it's really sad that a lot of these companies think like that. I mean, granted, Nintendo's doing a mobile thing themselves, but they're still going to concentrate on systems like the Wii U over here and everything, and the 3DS. We all also know that a lot of people who worked for the company were mistreated and everything like that. It's a company that you should never want to work for, it seems. But I look at it as a good thing that Kojima's finally gone from Konami. He's wanted to do so much for years, and because of his time being restricted to Konami, he wasn't able to do it. Now, a lot of people want to see the next, the spiritual successor to Metal Gear, a new stealth action game. And as much as I kind of want to see something like that, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be very good, I would like to see him work on something different. Now, what a lot of me and my friends are wishing that, he creates something like Silent Hill. Granted, Allison Road is already happening and everything. It got picked up by the development team that made the Worms, like Armageddon games and stuff like that, which, those games are actually really fun. I fucking love those games. But, he could do Silent Hills. He would just have to obviously not call it Silent Hills. But he owns the rights to the Fox engine, which was the reason why Silent Hills was able to be made. So a game, think of that, if we got to do that, because a lot of video game companies like Sony, for instance, you know, like they saw what, like, you know, what was happening with Silent Hills. People wanted that and were excited about it, and people were selling their PlayStation 4s for, like, you know, double what they were worth to get that budget. I mean, just to get that game, because that game got taken off the stores and can't be re-downloaded, which I think is Konami being a bunch of crooks right there, because it says in their things where, like, when you download something, you own it, and they take it away from you. Thankfully, you didn't pay for it. Holy shit, imagine if you did. They'd probably have some kind of lawsuit out their butts. But regardless, Kojima, I am looking forward to what he creates next, because I think it'd be really interesting to see what he has up his sleeve. And any other gaming company out there, guys at Sony, Nintendo, even Microsoft, they would love to work with Kojima because of what he can do. I think that they're going to have to, like, really talk to him about, like, how he spends his budget, but I also believe that he's proven himself numerous times that when he asks for money, hey, let the man roll with it and everything, and we'll get the money back. I wasn't too happy with Metal Gear Solid 5. For months, I was counting down to the most anticipated game of my life, pretty much. And I played the game, and story-wise, it was very bad. You know, you can say that you enjoyed it, and that's fine, but you also have to look at the fact that the story in this game was bad. The fact that when you finally, like, you know, find out what's going on and stuff like that, you know, then, like, you know, there's going to be spoilers here, so if you haven't beaten Metal Gear Solid 5, please do not continue watching this video. But with Metal Gear Solid 5, you know, after Big Boss realizes that he's a fake, he's the medic from the helicopter, because he's Big Boss's, like, best lieutenant and stuff like that, and all that crazy stuff happens, he listens to the tape and stuff, the game ends. You never see or hear from Miller or Ocelot again. You don't know anything about what happens with Code Talker on the base. You don't know what happens with Diamond Dogs. You get that special ending, which you only get if you pre-order the bonus, like the bonus collector's edition up there that I did, that comes with the disc. A lot of the game's story and the way it was handled and the characters was done very poorly. And I have to think that, you know, Kojima did have an idea. And given from what we saw on the disc of the stuff that was only 80% complete, no, 30% complete, the cutscenes and how that went, the battle on the island with the Sahelanthropus and Diamond Dogs, that would have been epic. That would, I mean, and a lot of people are like, well, I'm kind of glad I wouldn't have to fight Sahelanthropus again. And I was like, yeah, I can understand that. Like, that would kind of get old if you had to do it again, unless it had, like, a new mode or did new different attacks or something like that. A cutscene would have been really good. Regardless, Metal Gear Solid 5, it's still a good game. I'm not particularly happy with it, but I understand gameplay-wise how good it really can be. And I thank Kojima for everything he did for working on that game, despite what he was up against from an evil company. He's got all the time in the world now to do whatever the hell he wants. He can go out and have fun. He actually can't work on games or talk about or what happened at Konami until, like, December, I guess. So I kind of hope he makes, like, a memoir or, like, a book about his adventures at Konami and all the stuff that happened and everything, you know? Or we get to find out, like, what was really going on, or at least, you know, from what he says. Regardless, Metal Gear Solid has been one of those franchises that changed me for the better and helped me become a better writer. I love the franchise to death. I loved Kojima for what he'd done for the games and for fans all around the world. We owe the man a lot. And you can bet whatever game he's going to start working on next, whether it's by his own team or his own studio, or it's another studio that wants him, like, you know, like maybe like Capcom will take him, or somebody from Sony will, even Microsoft, you know, maybe he teams up with Platinum Games again, because that would be fucking fantastic. Well, I mean, not really, that he didn't really partner up with them per se, he kind of just oversaw, like, minuscule things and just kind of let them run with it. But he's one of those guys where people do want to work with him, because they know how he thinks. Like I said, spiritual successor to Silent Hills. Bring Norman Reedus back in, Guillermo del Toro, have him come back. I know he's got a thing against working on games because he worked on 2, and one of the games he had all planned out completely. He did all this crazy stuff to actually get the game up off the ground and put a lot of hard work into it, and the company went bankrupt. Was it Acclaim or was it another studio? I don't remember exactly which one, but he did a lot, and I can understand his frustration. But if he works with Kojima, I think he'll do very good. I think, you know, if they team up again to make a Silent Hills-like game, it's going to be good. I think it would be really good if they did that. But Regardless, Konami is a company that I am no longer going to support. They clearly do not see the good in keeping the people who made you money around. They clearly have some issues with, like big budget games which nobody wants to make anymore because of how the Japanese market's going. But people out in the West, like us, we love video games. We love the stories we're getting. We love the gameplays and characters and everything that comes with it. Which is why, I think gaming in the West is, going to hopefully be a better thing in the future. Regardless, though, I'm really, I'm happy that he's gone. I'm happy that he can move on with his life finally. And he's not just like under the thumb of an evil corporation. Like, you almost make it seem like the Konami was the Patriots and the AI systems and everything like that. And Kojima was Snake himself trying to fight against machines and all that, Pretty sure there's probably like a picture of that somewhere or something like that. Regardless, though, let me know what you think on the fact of Kojima being gone, the subject of Konami, and pretty much what could be next for Kojima, and who would you like to see him team up with to make a game? Whether it be a movie director, another game developer, anything like that, or even like actors, let me know. Seriously, I'd like to know down below. So please like and subscribe because it's free in this day and age. Free is a damn good thing. As always, everybody, I'm One Big Boss. Thank you for watching. And Kojima, if you're out there, I salute you, sir. Thank you for everything you've done.